Hello, and welcome to your session with Linda and Neen. We'd like to start off by introducing ourselves, and then we have two questions that we'll explore together with the hopes that it is of great value to you and your team. I'll start off by introducing myself. My name is Neen Cranevelt. My grandmother is the late Nessie Watts. My mother is Sharon Watts Van Bolsen. My father is the late Art Van Bolsen. I'm from Hoopachesit First Nation, which is one of the 15 nations that make up Nuu-chah. We include our relatives in Macaw, Washington State, as part of our Nuu-chah family, and the rest of the Nuu-chah communities are sprinkled all along the west coast of Vancouver Island. So that is a little bit about me and who I'm and where I'm from. I'm also the owner of Imagination FX, and I've been very privileged to spend a lot of time at Tigh-na-mara Resort and Spa. Over to you, Linda.
Thank you, Dean. Uklama, Linda Pellick, Histukshikla, Sumas. Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Pellick, and I am from Tishat First Nations. And here I work as a counseling support for residential school survivors. And I also do holistic practices such as Reiki, sound healing, and somatic healing. And I feel very blessed to be here today. So thank you.
Thanks, Linda. So we're delighted to offer this podcast and a PowerPoint that we're sending in advance of our session, just in hopes that you'll have some time to get familiar with us. Unfortunately, I have another commitment, so I won't be there. But I was so delighted to be able to reach out to Linda. Linda and I work together a fair amount, and I wanted to make sure that I had somebody to take care of you. And I picked Linda because she has so many beautiful gifts to share, and she was very humble in her introduction. She also works with residential school survivors and with her own company as well, and she has a beautiful Airbnb that I've had the privilege to stay at as well, and it's a very healing space, so I wanted to speak that in. So with Imagination FX, with our company, we do all kinds of work, a lot of work in policy, program development, research. We do a lot of work in the space of children and families. Essentially, we are really focused on meeting people where they're at and helping them get to where they want to go. And our company's shifting a little bit as I've had some health issues come up, and going forward, I'll be focusing a lot more on coaching. I'm excited about that. Um, and I'm also really hopeful that I'll get to spend some time in the coaching space at Tigh-na-mara. So when Paulina asked if I would be available to do the session, I was beyond excited. And I think it's important to speak to that a little bit because part of the spirit and intent of this training session is for people in your industry to have a deeper understanding of um, Indigenous teachings, values, spirituality. We also want to lift up our Indigenous sisters that are makers and creators. So we've selected a number of products that we're hoping to be able to share with you so you can sample what is available from our Indigenous makers. So I did just want to share that there's just an incredible amount of excitement to be in this space, and my deepest gratitude to all of the Tigh-na-mara staff for the way you show up in this world, and a particular shout out to Wendy and Paulina for thinking of us for this session. So we had two questions we thought that we would speak to just as part of our share in advance of Linda being at Tigh-na-mara with you on Wednesday. So the first question we thought we would address, because it directly is related to your learning session today, and that is what keeps us coming back to Tigh-na-mara? And we wanted to pose this question because, again, we wanted to lift up all of the ways that Tigh-na-mara signals to us as Indigenous people that they're a safe place, and not only that, they're a welcoming place where we can feel safe and do our very sacred work that we need to do off-site. We're able to do that at Tigh-na-mara. I'm so grateful for that. So, Linda, my friend, I'm going to ask you. You've spent a lot of time at Tigh-na-mara. You've done the spa, you've been on the beach, you've been in both of the different types of accommodation. Tell me, what do you think our audiences would want to know or understand about what it is that keeps people coming back? What are those qualities that get you always wanting to go to Tigh-na-mara for our events?
Yeah, for myself, I think Tigh-na-mara is like our second home. Hey, it's just something so special about the land there. It just feels like it fits everything that we do in our work. So doing the cultural brushings, the staff are super friendly. And then having access to the ocean to be able to do our ocean cleanse and to have the fire pit down there as well, which is really helpful and accommodating, when we come out of the water. And just everything about it is just so welcoming, and it just feels like a second home. So I'm just so grateful to be invited back every single time. I never say no.
Yeah, and I also want to share like all of our sacred work. When I was with the Airs team, I'm no longer with the Airs team right now. Just I've backed out for health reasons a while back, and we did all of our sacred work at Tigh-na-mara.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you want to speak a little bit about that in terms of why we chose that venue and the type of work that we do there? Do you want to speak a little bit about maybe before our announcement?
So with the AIRS team or just in general? Yeah. So
And they might not know what the Airs team is, so if you want to share a bit more about that.
yeah, so working AIRS stands for the Alberni Residential School. So working with survivors who are on their healing journey and using cultural ceremony as part of their healing. And again, we when we come into ceremony, it just feels so good. Like we don't get weird looks. We had venues at other resorts, and it felt kind of we felt out of place, to be honest. And I feel like the staff there just understand our ceremony, not fully, but welcome it. So that's really inviting, and just feels good. So yeah, we do a lot of deep work, healing through trauma, and it's yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. Just like we'll get a little bit more into the trauma informed healing, but yeah.
Thanks, Linda.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, just to add on to what you said and to also share my perspectives on what keeps me coming back to Tigh-na-mara and why that's the only place I want to book any event that I do or Imagination FX does. I Tigh-na-mara is my place of choice. Um, I was reminded of the work that we did recently as well. We took care of 30 physicians. We had offered to go in the morning to brush people off, and then we decided let's do water ceremony. And we had full participation. The reason why I am sharing this is because people are hungry. They are hungry for healing. And if your spa resort is like healing places that other people could access, like Tigh-na-mara, like the ocean, like the forest, being able to access cedar, it really goes a long way in terms of our people wanting to book there. Um, so we weren't anticipating to brush off 30 doctors. We were there for a full day, and the water ceremony
It was
was so profound.
yeah, yeah,
As you can
huge.
imagine, our physicians have been through hell the past 4 years since COVID. They've experienced a lot of trauma too,
Hmm.
and it felt really good for them to be in a safe place where they could be received and taken care of. What keeps me coming back to Tigh-na-mara is the staff, as Linda alluded to. Um, I've had the great honor and privilege to travel all across Canada, doing work in all kinds of different communities. Um, and we're not treated very nice in some places. And I'm going to just briefly touch on one example. This was a place in a northern region where we went and we were doing ceremony. We were in circle. We were having a discussion, and it was late afternoon. and I had essential oil, an orange essential oil that I brought out, and we all just kind of had a little whiff to pick up the energy. We were on a heavy topic. We were talking about custom adoption. At this hotel, there was another event going on. It was an Avon event, and so uh, the Avon group had a room, probably similar in size to ours, all their products out, all their fragrances out, all the things. There wasn't any complaint about anybody at the Avon event, but we had actually, it was the head of catering staff come in and just say, "You guys are smudging," like really interrupted. Our circle wasn't respectful or didn't approach us with dignity, and just accused us of smudging. We weren't smudging. I said, "We're not smudging." Then they argued and said, "Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We don't have any matches." I said, "Thanks for alerting us to this concern. I'll go talk with your manager and we'll get things sorted out." Um, we never went back to that place again, and the manager was very apologetic, but the damage was done. And we dealt with it in a respectful way, but we can't say that everybody in our group did the same, and we can't say that everybody in our group didn't go out and say, "For the love of God, don't ever go to this resort." I share that because our experience at Tigh-na-mara is the absolute opposite of that. So what keeps me coming back is we are treated with dignity and respect. This is a safe place to practice ceremony and a beautiful place to practice ceremony. The ocean is so healing. The sand, grounding exercises, walking on the sand, your connection to Mother Earth, so powerful.
Yeah.
Um, the staff are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're so loving and caring.
Yeah, I
I
think
can't say enough about the staff.
yeah. They go above and beyond. It's just beautiful to be so welcome when we come onto site, and I agree 100.
Yeah, and we've invited them to participate in ceremony sometimes, and they do
Yeah.
because they're curious.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. Also, the tubs are beautiful. Like anytime we hold an event, our participants say we love the tubs here, and they also say they love the freedom. You know, they feel free to roam the resort, myself included. Like if we need to move a table or something, we're not worried about getting scolded because it's a union, and we get because we have got scolded for moving furniture before.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me coming back. And again, we just wanted to share this because we think it offers great insight into um, providing services.
And can I just add one thing? Is
Of
the
course.
mineral pool is just amazing for us for when I'm doing heavy work. You know, I need my self-care, so it's really nice to have access to that mineral pool so I can de-stress, relax, and let go. And the massage there is amazing as well. So,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
attest to all the services and the food, the
yeah.
whole. So our second question was, what's the highest hope for the session? So I'll turn that over to you and hear your thoughts, Linda. What's your highest hopes for the learners that will be participating on Wednesday?
Yeah, I just hope for a better help people to better understand of our trauma and residential schools and the intergenerational trauma that we all carry, and just being sensitive to understanding what we go through as First Nations people and how important culture is and land-based healing is in our healing. And for myself, that is what has helped me heal through my traumas, and it just it's really important aspect in our healing. And the ocean, like you were saying, is just you can't even describe it. Hey, when you're out there doing the work, it's just so it's something you just have to experience yourself. So my hopes is to just have a better understanding of our people, and perhaps being more trauma informed and supporting. And we support not just First Nations people, but all, like you said, with the doctors, we all suffer with some sort of burnout, stress. Times now are really difficult, and I think it's important that we all do our own self care, right? No matter what we're doing, no matter what job you have, to know that you are loved and respected for what you do. Actually, when I leave the hotel, I usually leave a little note for the cleaners to remind them of how grateful I am of them for doing their work, right? That they are respected and acknowledged as well. No matter what job you do, to be recognized, right? So, yeah.
Thanks, Linda. So my highest hope, well, I've got a lot because I really love our relationship with Tigh-na-mara, and it's just growing. So my highest hope is that everybody that's participating in the session gains some new insight or gets some value from the time together. Um, I would love if you, whatever you learn, that you share it right away. So that is a teaching from where Linda and I come from. We have potlatches, which are ceremonies, and the word potluck is similar to potlatch. So potlatch is big party and a giveaway, and it's usually marking a rite of passage. But one of the cool things that happens at a potlatch, and why I'm sharing this with you, is that you give things away, and with that giveaway, there's a teaching that goes with it. So say if Linda came to, let's just say I had a daughter and I had a coming of age ceremony. Linda came to that event and I'm the host. I'm going to be giving gifts away, and I might give Linda some flour. I might give her a blanket, and then, 2 months down the road, she might be cooking with her grandson and say, "Hey, this is the flower that I got from Neen's potlatch." And it was a ceremony to acknowledge her daughter going through a rite of passage. And then Linda would teach her grandson about what happened, what the teaching was. And if somebody was given a name, she would teach that as well. So my highest hope is that you'll gain some learning. And just like in a potlatch, that you'll take that learning that lands on your heart and you'll speak it out and share it with others. My other hope is that we'll be able to get all of the products we ordered delivered in time. It might be a little bit tricky, but my other highest hope is that you'll be able to experience those products made by Indigenous people. And um, I'll hope that you will ask any questions. So I'm sending Linda in because she is so loving and gentle, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. We really, really, really would rather you ask than make assumptions or wonder. And also, we've been through a lot of stuff, so you can't offend us. It would take a lot to offend us. And my other hope is we really want to continue to build this relationship and be in spaces with people that provide these services. Because there are so many Indigenous teachings, medicines, knowledge, wisdom that we could share that could enhance what you're delivering. So we would love to build relationship with you. And if I had 3 wishes, oh my gosh, what would I wish for? I know that I would wish for Linda and I and maybe one or two of our homies to be able to offer water ceremony to all of the staff at Tigh-na-mara sometime, or the next time all of you are gathering again. Wherever you're gathering, we would love to be able to offer water ceremony or a brushing. Um, that would be lovely. So that's a little bit of what our hopes were and what keeps us coming to Tigh-na-mara. And again, we wanted to share that because our hope is that when you know what keeps us coming back there, that you might apply some of those same practices at your organization that will keep people coming back to.
Wonderful.
Linda, was there anything else you wanted to add?
I just look forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday, and yeah, I'm excited for this relationship to continue blossoming and growing, and just so grateful for all of the staff and everyone at Tigh-na-mara. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. And I would also like to say, ooh, it's kleko. So grateful that you asked, Paulina. So grateful that Wendy encouraged you to ask. And yeah, it feels like we're becoming family with folks at Tigh-na-mara, and that feels good. And it's a testament to how safe we feel there and how well we're treated.
Awesome.
That's it for us, and you'll get to see the lovely Linda on Wednesday. Take care.
Bye.